Friends, welcome to another class of engineering mechanics. So today we'll take down another problem related to frictional force. Okay. So the question is a horizontal bar 10-meter long. A horizontal bar 10-meter long and of negligible weight and of negligible weight rest on rough inclined plane. Rest on a rough inclined plane as shown in figure. As shown in figure. Full stop. If the angle of friction is 15 degrees. Angle of friction is 15 degrees between all contact surfaces. How close, point B, how close point B may be, how close to B, how close to point B may the 200 Newton force be applied before motion impends. Before motion impends. Okay. And the question is given in the figure, and the diagram is given in the question itself, and the figure is like this. We have a horizontal bar, okay, a horizontal bar 10 meter long. The length of the bar is 10 meters long and of negligible weight, that is the weight is negligible, that is 0, is resting on inclined surfaces, right? So the surfaces are also given to us in the question, that is this is the surface at this location and this is the surface at another location. This is another surface. Okay. Otherwise, draw like this. Okay. So the angle, this angle is given to us in the question as 30 degrees and this angle is given to us as 60 degrees. Okay. So this is surface, an inclined surface. This is an inclined surface on which this horizontal bar, which is of 10 meters long, is resting. Okay. the bar is 10 meters long, and there are weights over the horizontal bar. One weight is 100 Newton, which is at a distance of 2 meters from this location. That is, this point is said to be our A, and this point is B. Is given in the question itself. So, and this weight is 200 Newton, and he is asking us to calculate the distance of this 200 Newton, so that if the 200 Newton load reaches the corner, then at that which location this ladder will try to move down or the motion will start. Okay, since this is 100 Newton and this is 200 Newton, so as the 200 Newton reaches near to B, what will happen to the ladder horizontal bar? It will try to move in downward direction, isn't it? So this distance we have to calculate. So how to calculate that? We'll see now. So I'll start my calculation solution. So what are the given things? Given things is angle of friction. Angle of friction is equal to how much? 15 degrees. It is given in the question itself. Okay. Any other thing given to us? No, nothing is given. Well, the figure is given to us. That is the only thing we have. The angle of friction is there in the question. So how to solve this one? So firstly, what we will do, we'll try to make this distance as x. Okay. So I'll write here, let the distance between 200 Newton and point B be x. Okay, this is the distance. Let the distance be x. Now after that one, what we have to do here is we have to plot our normal reaction and frictional force. Okay, so we'll draw a figure here, one more new figure. See here. So this is the figure. Okay, and this is an inclined surface, and here we have another inclined surface. Okay, and so since we have inclined surface here, we have one load which is 100 Newton acting at a distance of 2 meters from point A, and this is point B, and this distance is x and the weight is 200 Newton. We have to calculate this x, isn't it? So how to calculate that? So first what I will do, I will place my normal reaction, and we all know our normal reaction will be always perpendicular to the surface of contact, isn't it? So this angle is given to us as 30 degrees and this angle is given to us as 60 degrees. That means my inclined surface is making an angle of 30 degrees with x-axis, isn't it? Horizontal. So what will happen here also? The angle will be 30 degrees, and here also the angle will be 30 degrees. Or else if you don't want these angles, we'll directly place our perpendicular line, because reaction will be always perpendicular to the surface of contact, right? So I will draw my reaction, that is my normal reaction. This is my normal reaction. Okay, so this is normal reaction NA. Okay, this is my normal reaction. Normal reaction will go in this fashion. Okay. Now my normal reaction will make an angle of, see here, this is, I'll draw a vertical line. We'll consider this as y-axis or vertical line. So what happens here? Perpendicular line will make an angle of 30 degrees with y-axis, isn't it? Now at location A, if the 200 Newton load is coming closer to B, what will happen? The ladder will move down at location B, whereas at location A the ladder will go in upward direction. If the ladder is going in upward direction, then the frictional force will act exactly in the opposite direction of the movement of the body, right? So the frictional force will act in this fashion. So this is my frictional force Fa. Okay. So frictional force we got. So what about a normal reaction? See here, a normal reaction will act in between Na and Fa. So my resultant will be in between Ra and Fa, and this Ra is making an angle of how much? 15 degrees with normal reaction. It is given, angle of friction is given as 15 degrees. What is the meaning of angle of friction? The angle between the normal reaction and resultant. The angle between normal reaction and resultant is angle of friction, right? So the same thing we will do at location B. So what happens here? I'll be having a normal reaction, that is NB, and this NB will make an angle of 60 degrees. This NB will make an angle of how much? 60 degrees with y-axis. Okay, see here, this is 30 degrees, here also 30 degrees, we got 30 degrees. Here this inclined line is making an angle of 60 degrees, so the perpendicular line of that particular inclined line will make an angle of 60 degrees with y-axis. Alright, then we have, since the ladder will move in downward direction at location B, so the frictional force will act in upward direction like this. So frictional force is Fb. Okay, so frictional force and normal reaction we got. So our resultant will act in between this one, right? So this will be my resultant Rb, which is making an angle of 15 degrees with normal reaction. So what happens to Rb? What is the angle between Rb and this y-axis? You see here. So the angle, total angle is 60. 60 minus 15 is how much? Total angle from here to here, it is 60, right? So this angle will be how much? 45 degrees. Here also the RA is making an angle of 15 degrees with NA, and NA is making an angle of 30 degrees with y-axis. So what happens? The total angle will be, total angle RA is making with y-axis is 45 degrees. Okay, so we'll draw another figure for our calculation or convenience. Okay, so what we'll do here, we'll draw a horizontal bar, then again these inclined surfaces, isn't it? Then in this diagram, what we do, we only draw the y component, I mean the vertical line here, and this vertical line like this. Okay, this is point A and this is point B, and we have at A we have RA, we have RA, and RA is making an angle of 45 degrees with y component, right? 45 degrees. And similarly at RB and RB is also making an angle of 45 degrees with y component or y axis. Okay, so depending upon this one, we have 100 Newton at a distance of 2 meters and 200 Newton at a distance of x meters from point B. So what we will do here, we'll draw our components of RB. That is, since RB is inclined force, we'll be having two components. We'll be having one RBX and one component RBY. Similarly, we'll be having two components for RA, that is RAX, and Y component RAY. So RAX and RAY, we know all these things. First, what we will do, we'll try to calculate RAX. RAX is equal to RA. Since the angle is with Y axis, so it will be, X component will be sine 15, whereas RAY will be RA cos 15. Similarly, what about RBY? So again the angle is with Y axis, so RB sine 15, sorry sine 45. Sine 45 here also sine 45, and here also sine 45 degrees. Then what about, we'll take down first RBX, then RBY is equal to RB cos 45. So we got all the values of RAY, RAX, RBX and RBY. So we'll do one thing, we'll calculate moment of all forces about point B is equal to 0. We can calculate moment of all forces about point A is equal to 0, but since we have X closer to B, that is why I am calculating moment of all forces about point B. Okay, so keep your thumb on point A and calculate all the moments. How to calculate moments? RAY into force into perpendicular distance, that is RAY into 10. Why 10? Because the length of the ladder is 10 meters, isn't it? RAY into 10 minus this 100 Newton is going in anti-clockwise direction. 100 into, what is this distance? Total distance is 10 meters. From here to here it is 10 meters. 10 minus 2 is how much? 8. Minus 200 Newton is going in anti-clockwise direction. 200 into X. Minus 200 into X. So all these two forces, that is RBX and RBY, will become 0 because we are calculating moment at that particular point. So equal to 0. So RAY into 10, or else 10 RAY. We can write here RA sine, what is the value of RAY? We got RA cos 15. RA cos 15 minus 800 minus 200x is equal to 0. Right. Call this as equation number 1. Now we can calculate sigma y is equal to 0. Right. Sigma y is equal to 0. What is sigma y is equal to 0? How many vertical forces we have here? We have RAY plus RBY. RAY plus RBY. These two forces are going in upward direction. And what about downward forces? Downward forces are going in downward direction. I mean minus 100 minus 200 is equal to 0. So what is the value we got? So what is the value? RAY is cos 15 plus RBY is cos 45, right? 45 cos 45 minus 300 is equal to 0, right? So again you name this as equation number 2. Now we'll calculate sigma x is equal to 0. So sigma x is equal to 0. Horizontal forces, you can see RAX is equal to minus RBX. So that implies RAX is how much? RAX is RA Sine 15 is equal to RB sine 15. So sine 15 and sine 15 will get cancelled. So RA is equal to RB. We got RA is equal to RB in equation number 3. So what we will do, we'll substitute RA is equal to RB in equation number 2 here, so that we will get the value of RA, right? So substituting RA is equal to RB in equation number 3, in equation number 2. So substitute, we have RA cos 45 plus, instead of RB, what I will write here? RA cos 45 minus 300 is equal to 0. Okay, so RA cos 45, RA cos 45, how much? 2RA cos 45 is equal to 300. You can send this 300 to right hand side. So what happens? RA is equal to 300 whole divided by 2 into cos 45. That implies RA is equal to how much we got? 212.13. 212.13 Newton. Similarly, what about RB? Since RA is equal to RB, 212.13 Newton. So substitute this RA value in equation number 1. We have RA here, no? So substituting RA is equal to 212.13 in equation number 1. So once I substitute 212.13 in equation number 1, so where is equation number 1? We have 10 RA cos 45. This is cos 45. Okay, cos 45, right? So 10 RA cos 45, 10 RA cos 45 minus 800 minus 200. 800 minus 200 x is equal to 0. This is what the equation number 1 we have, right? 10 RA cos 45 minus 800 minus 200x, right? This is equation number 1 we have. So substitute the value of RA, that is 10 into 212.13 into cos 45 minus 800 is equal to 200x. You can write like this, right? Substitute this towards right hand side. So if you calculate this one, 10 into 212.13 into cos 45, you will get the value of this entire 1499.8 minus 800 is equal to 200x. Okay, so x is equal to 700 divided by 200. So x is equal to, finally we got it as 3.5 meters. Okay, so if 200 Newton load is at a distance of 3.5 meters from point B, then the horizontal bar will impede to move. Okay, this is what we have to calculate. Okay, so once again what I will do, I will give you once again a brief clearance of this figure. That is, this was the horizontal bar, right? Always whenever we have an inclined surface, always this is an inclined surface, right? And if the inclined surface is making an angle of 30 degrees with x-axis, okay, suppose this is 30 degrees with x-axis, then the inclined line, I mean the perpendicular line will make an angle of 30 degrees, with y-axis and 60 degrees with x-axis. Okay, very very important. So what happens? So this vertical line will make an angle of 30 degrees, whereas horizontal line will make an angle of 30 degrees. 60 degrees. 60 degrees. Okay, very very important. These angles and inclinations to be taken very carefully. If we make small mistake in taking angles, will lead to completely making the entire problem wrong. Okay, so you have to take the angles very carefully. So once again I'll show you here. This is an inclined surface. Suppose this angle is 20 degrees. The inclined line, the perpendicular line to this inclined line will make an angle of this horizontal angle. This is horizontal angle, right? This line is making an angle of 20 degrees with x-axis. So the perpendicular line, this line will make an angle of 90 minus 20. This angle will be 90 minus 20 with x-axis, whereas with y-axis it will be 20 degrees. Okay, very very important. Many students will make mistake here by taking 20 degrees with x-axis and again 20 degrees with x-axis with the perpendicular line. So very carefully you have to take. Once again, see here, this is an inclined line. It is making an angle of 30 degrees. So reaction, so this is the inclined surface, right? So the reaction will be always perpendicular to the surface of contact. This is my NA. So this NA will make an angle of 90 minus 30, that is 60 with x-axis. Here x-axis, and with y-axis it will be 30 degrees. Okay, able to follow? So suppose for example we have an inclined line. This is an inclined line. We have an inclined line. Okay, so if this angle is 30, then what about this angle? What about this angle? This angle will also be 30 degrees. What about this angle? This angle will also be equal to 30 degrees. Okay, this angle and this angle is said to be your alternate angles. Okay, see here, this is an inclined line and we have a horizontal line like this. This is an inclined line, and we have a horizontal line like this, and here also we have a horizontal line like this. So this angle is 30. This is an inclined line, right? So horizontal, this is my horizontal line, that is x-axis. So this angle is 30 degrees. Again, this angle is also 30 degrees, and this angle is also 30 degrees. Okay, but what about this one? This angle will be 60 degrees. That is why 60 plus 30 will give us 90, isn't it? And here also this angle will be 60, and if you move this line towards further, then this angle will be again 60 degrees. Okay, so very very important. Angles and inclinations are very very important in friction as well as in equilibrium. You have to take down each and every angle very carefully, otherwise the entire problem will go wrong. Okay, practice these problems as much as you can, because this is one of the most important questions and it has been asked in many previous question papers. Okay.